Hey there, everybody. Pete here, coming to you from my office rather than from Retro Central. Retro Central is through that door behind me and across the hallway. But I'm in my office because I was going to do some streaming tonight. I was actually thinking about streaming some pinball on my PlayStation 4. And then I remembered that the Game Awards are going on right now. And for me to be doing any kind of streaming at this hour against the Game Awards is kind of silly because no one will be watching that. So, what I decided to do instead was create this video and talk a little bit about what's been going on with the channel and what's going to be going on going forward, or at least I hope. Um, First of all, there is a recent video that I posted within the last week, which is episode 20, I believe, of Consolation. It's all about the Wii. It was very exciting to be able to make that video. I've talked a lot over the last 10 days or so about how thrilled I am to finally have a Wii in my library. It's something that I wanted for a couple of years, and I just didn't have the money to do it. I did trade in some games at GameStop that got a ton of credit and wound up getting a Wii and some games. So that was episode 20 talking about the Wii. But other than that video, things have been quiet for a month. And I apologize for that. Unfortunately, the gaming retail job that I was working in really kind of stole my energy, stole my thunder. If you haven't worked in gaming retail before, it is a job. It is not fun. Especially when there are a lot more things to do other than sell games to customers. It tends to push down and weigh you down, and you feel like you're carrying the weight of a million suns on your shoulders. And I burned out pretty quickly. The good news is that I gave a 2-week notice. I broke away from the company properly. I didn't walk out or do anything crazy. I was able to maintain myself until I could actually make a clean break and reevaluate what it is that I'm going to do moving forward. So while I was working at the store, I was very stressed. I was really depressed. I didn't think I was going to be making videos or writing anymore. I had basically given up because the working at the store basically took over my life. A lot of that's on me, but some of it isn't. But long story short, after consulting with friends and family, I made the decision to walk away from the company the proper way. And as of right now, as I'm filming this video, I am not working at the current time. I'm taking the rest of December, and I'm doing a few things which I'll share with you really quick. I'm trying to get things fixed to get back into school to try and get my degree. I was shot down. I had some obstacles that I had difficult time clearing. I'm still trying to clear them. I'm giving it one more try this month to try and get back into school and get my degree. If I get that fixed, great. I'll be looking forward to going back to classes in January and getting my teaching degree, because that's really what I want to do. Is I want to work with elementary school kids. But if that doesn't work, then come January, I'll be trying to get back into the workforce and taking more time and being more deliberate and doing more due diligence as to what job is going to be best for me in the long run, rather than taking the first job that comes my way. So I'll be a little bit smarter about that, and I'm going to try and take a job that has a little bit better work-life balance, so that when I get done with work, I'm just not completely wiped out where I don't feel like doing anything at all. Making these videos and creating content is something that I enjoy doing. It's not something that I expect to be paid for. It's a hobby. It's something that I think is a cool way to leave my footprint in terms of my own gaming memories and what I think about certain game systems and games and how they pertain to my life. It's almost like an autobiography in bits and pieces, and I enjoy doing this very much. So I don't wish to give that up by any stretch of the imagination. So I want to do a better job of picking a job that I can, if I have to get another job, if I don't go back to school in January, of maintaining a better work-life balance so that I can continue to make videos, play some games here and there, and work at a job that I really enjoy. In terms of the YouTube channel, more content will be coming. I have several ideas in my head as to where I want to go from here. I'm going to keep the same Consolation name. I'm thinking about doing a format change, however, as some of the videos are just too long and they tend to jump all over the place. I'll talk about systems or I'll talk about years, and I'll just throw a bunch of games at you guys, 7, 8, 9 games at a time, where I talk about them for 45 seconds to a minute. And these videos can be 10, 15, even 20 minutes long, and that's just too long in this era of YouTube. At least something that's not really professionally produced. If it's just me talking at you for 20 minutes, nobody stays for the whole 20 minutes. So if I keep it under 10, between 7 to 10 minutes, I think that people would be more apt to start and finish the videos rather than starting it, giving it about 20 seconds, seeing that it's 20 minutes, and hitting the eject button. What I want to do is I want to pick a game at a time, or maybe a couple of games maximum at a time, and give those attention, talk about those for anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes, why I find them important, why I find them memorable, the roles that they played in my life at the time, and why I thought it was important to get that particular game or those games back. I think that would be interesting from a personal viewpoint, and that's something that I really want to try and do. Of course, with so many games in my library, the big question is, what game do I start with? So I'm going to be thinking about that over the weekend, and when I create my next video, I'll know what the first game is. I'll finally just pick one and go with it. But that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Not to say that I'm getting out of long-form video production entirely. I still do want to make a video or two talking about systems, especially with the N64 turning 20 next year. And I want to talk about that some. Want to talk about the PlayStation 2 some more. And of course, I want to talk about the Wii more in depth as time goes by. So those are the plans in terms of videos. Now, some of you have asked what I'm going to do about writing. I did post something on Consoleation.com basically talking about how for the rest of this year at least, there wasn't going to be any new content there. And I'm thinking at this point, although I'm not working now, that I'm not going to put pressure on myself to jump out of that. I think if I have the time and I feel like there's something pressing that I really, really want to talk about, there'll be something new there. But I do have other avenues that I can give written content to that might be better. Retroware, for example, is a place that I want to continue to write for. It's just a matter of getting the time and picking a really good topic. I know that I've revisited a couple of topics there before, and that's kind of aggravated people, so I need to think about things that are fresh. So that's where the writing goes. It's not a priority at the moment, although it's something I think that I'm better at than video. But it's not something I'm completely walking away from at this point like I had a month ago. At this point, I'm willing to just kind of see where things go and go from there. So new video soon, hopefully less than 10 minutes. I'm really going to shoot for that and try and focus on 1 or maybe 2 games maximum at a time. Written content, possibly. We'll have to see what happens. And thanks to all of you who have been checking out my work, who subscribe to the channel. I think it's over 200 subscribers now. That's really cool. The fact that a bunch of people didn't jump ship when I was kind of off the air for a while certainly means a lot to me that people want to check out my stuff. That's really cool of you, so thank you very much. So until the next video goes up, thanks again for watching, everybody. Take good care of yourselves, and we'll talk soon.